Hey guys, we're Sal and Al,
the Wool Slayers.
Welcome to episode 8. Yay! This is a knitting and fiber related podcast. Welcome.
Welcome.
So we're back. It's been 2 weeks.
Yep.
It went really fast. I feel like we just did this.
We did just do this. I feel like we just released.
Well, we did. It's only been a
while.
week since episode 7 released because we had some uploading issues.
Apple.
But yeah, thanks Apple. I still love you though.
I know, they fixed it.
Let's be real. It's like we have
Everything
multiples of everything, so
right.
I can't stay mad at you. But yeah, so I guess because we released a week.
Well, we released like 4 days late.
Yeah, so it's only been a week since we released, and so it feels like that just happened.
Yes.
But
can we talk about how crazy long that last episode was?
It was super long. Thanks for hanging in there, guys.
I know. Probably not this week. It's only been 2 weeks. We don't have as much.
We don't have as much. Yeah. Last week was, we had vacations and tons of FOs. And
right.
So yeah, we only have one FO this week.
I have 2.
Oh, look at you.
I have 2.5. 2.
I was like, how do you have a half?
A hoe.
Oh, a hoe. But you don't do socks, so I was like,
I don't do socks.
That's weird for you to have a
Have
hoe.
you been following my Instagram?
Yeah, I have. Actually. Speaking of, you can find us at Wool Slayers Podcast on Instagram. I'm Sally Wren on Ravelry.
And I'm Alan Loves Yarn on Ravelry.
And we have a Ravelry group. Please join Sal and Al, the Wool Slayers.
We read every single post.
We do, and we squee.
Yes.
You guys are so sweet. Someone made me cry this week. That was super fun. Like, you can't be saying nice things, and it cracks my cold dead heart and lets the light out, and I just like, that's so sweet. So yes, please join. We also give away stuff in there, and so you're gonna want to be in there for that. Also, I was going to say we have our tank along. It's gonna start tomorrow.
Oops, already started.
Well, whatever. Honestly, I am allowing any summer tank or top in 2017.
Right.
So if you did it in January, it still counts. As long as you finished it in 2017. Because we want people to participate. And because it's kind of the end of the summer and we didn't
people
really...
are getting ready for Christmas knitting.
Yeah, so we're just kind of welcoming any summer top that was knit this year. And we're going to draw for that mid-September. So you have, and I'm also allowing whips, obviously, because you could have started it last year and just finished it this year. And also just post a progress picture. You don't have to have a finished object. So cast it on the day before we draw, and you can still, we want participants, okay?
Right. We want fun.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
That's the fun part.
You see people's different patterns and the yarn they're using.
And plus the prize is super awesome.
What's the prize again?
It's a skein of Mad Tosh that I bought in Fort Wayne and a Erin Lane project bag. Like both really
good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. So you're going to want to win that. So at least come in the group and see what's up. And also our winner from last episode, Bujoldi, please contact me so I can mail your yarn. Don't make me draw another name.
I know, because that was the first one we did live.
Yeah, come on. So if you could please contact me. I still have your yarn. Don't make me knit with it. I can't be trusted.
We have all the kids here today. I should
we
say
have
that.
all four.
They're all 4. They're all back.
2 of them are looking at me right now.
It's kind of distracting.
It's a little scary.
Yeah. But they're being great.
They're being pretty quiet right now. Oh, we've moved locations. We're in Alan's house, and we're in her kitchen, like her eating area. It's
breakfast
quite
nook.
Lovely. Your house is beautiful.
Thank you. And I'll say this painting is a Phyllis original.
Alan's
she painted
mom.
that. She's very artistic.
She's the best.
She is.
You have several of her pieces in your house.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And she just showed me a new really big one she made that she wants to go in her house, but she's not quite ready to let go of it from her house.
Gotcha.
So she still has it.
My mother-in-law is a very accomplished painter as well.
That's right. Does she do watercolors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a humongous, her kind of specialty is huge flowers. water. I have a humongous magnolia blossom.
Oh,
like the
beautiful.
blossom is this big, and it's in our bedroom. And I love it. I still love it after all these years.
That's awesome.
I can't do it at all. So
No, me
it's
either.
kind of funny. My mother-in-law and your mom,
Mm-hmm.
they should get together.
I know. They should.
Yeah.
Maybe at Hill Country Weavers. Or I guess Knitting in the Hills Retreat. That's coming up, y'all.
Yeah,
But I don't want anybody else registering because I need to get in.
Yeah, we should say it. We should say it's like the day after it, actually.
Right.
So we have a chance of getting in. And I don't know for sure if my mother-in-law's going, but
But my mom and I are gonna go if we can.
I need a roommate. So I asked my mother-in-law to be my roommate, and so I don't know if we need to figure out if that's gonna happen or not. But I'm super excited.
I know. Me
Saving
too.
my pennies.
Yep.
Literally pennies. Because I get paid in hugs and kisses. So, and what else? I had another. Oh, maybe that was it. Anyway, I wanted to get the admin stuff out of the way. So, do you want to get started?
Yeah.
Do you have any fails?
No.
Yay!
No fails.
All right. Do you have any slays?
I do.
All right.
I have slays.
You
Okay.
go first because I only have one.
Okay.
So we'll do you.
So, should I do? Well, I showed this one last time. It wasn't blocked though.
It wasn't bound off.
It wasn't bound off either.
Uh-uh.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, it looks so
So
good.
my Song
of the Sea
cowl, and it opens up like that. It's blocked. I literally just blocked this last
is
night at like
mustache.
9:30. It feels so good. The yarn matches so well with the project, and it is nice and
it looks good with what you're
drapey.
wearing.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Brings that up.
It is just a gorgeous pattern, gorgeous yarn.
That looks
I
good.
can double it.
Oh, that looks really good.
I showed my mom.
Too bad it's 100 degrees.
I know, right?
You could totally. That looks good.
Yeah, it does. It's
so
wonderful.
Cute.
I
Showed
love
your
it.
mom what?
So I showed it to my mom when we were down to pick up Zane and Cade from their camps. And I wish y'all could see this right now. We have
They're
3
staring at
children
us.
right there staring at us. Another one over there, and the dog's walking over.
We have a live audience today.
We do. It's pretty funny. I should take a picture of this. You can see.
Yeah.
This is our audience. So I showed it to my mom unblocked because I did bind it off driving down to her
okay.
house. I showed it to her unblocked, and she's like, "Oh, can I have it?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, you can have it."
Oh, she's so sweet.
She will be getting this at some point.
You're so nice.
For a gift. I know. And this one is this is a hard one to give
Yeah,
up, but
I'm
not
like-
hard to give up to her.
Yeah, I would give it to
But
Phyllis. She's the
because
bomb.
I love the way it looks. I love how it turned
That
out.
yarn.
It's just
Oh, and I was
perfect.
gonna say, so I was going through my stash yesterday, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
found my mini, and it is totally
is
that.
exactly.
I was like, that's the same
Yeah.
exact.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And it's not coming out
It's
as green
shaking.
as
Are
it
you
is
shaking
in
the
person.
table?
Oh, somebody
Don't
is.
move. Yeah, I don't know.
Get
This
off
is
the
one of
table.
those yarns
He's not
that's
touching
really hard to pick up
Yeah.
the actual color. It's I mean,
totally
that's totally.
green,
It's
and
washing it
that's
out.
blue.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could see it accurately, but it's one of those yarns.
I will say, speaking of lighting, that I was turned on to a new podcast. I don't remember who I was watching, but they mentioned University. EWE University.
Have
with
you checked
Dr.
it
Kelly.
out?
I checked it
I
out.
haven't watched it yet, but I want to.
The first one I
write it
watched was on lights and lighting
Ooh.
for your craft room, and it is very technical, but she presents it in a really good way so
Okay.
that you can understand it, and then she summarizes with, here's what you need to buy.
Oh,
So
I like
it's
that.
probably the lights in this room that are making the colors not
Maybe.
come out the right, because she showed a project on there where it was photographed outside. It was green outside.
Mhm.
She brought it inside and photographed it. It was orange. Green to orange, like not even close.
That's like that. Is the dress? Remember that? Is the dress blue or white? Do you remember that from a couple of years ago?
Mm-mm.
We'll
Like
put
an
the
optical illusion?
We'll put the picture in. It was like a picture, a cell phone picture, and however your eye, some people's eyes pick up colors differently.
Everybody's eye does.
Everyone in my house, both my kids and my husband saw a white dress, and I saw a blue dress.
Interesting.
And I was like, they were going, it's white. I was like, is this a joke?
Right.
It is blue. And they were like, and so we asked Nolan, who was like 2 at the time, what color is this? Thinking, because there's no way you could be like, say blue. You know, he was little. And he goes, boo, or whatever. Maybe I saw a white. Anyway, and I was like, no, it's not. They all saw the same thing, and it was a whole thing. I can't believe you missed it.
Yeah, I know, I never saw it. And the other thing about color and eyes and vision is we were watching Brain Games, which is a great show with kids. I mean, it's so interesting.
Okay.
And they were doing vision and light and optical illusions, and what they said is that people like artists, and I would consider us people that work with color a lot, see way more colors.
I would agree with that.
Because we can differentiate between this green and this green.
Yeah.
So when your husband says they're the same color, don't know why you need another skein of yarn the same color, and you can be like, no, they're totally different. Because I have better eyes than you.
Well, and what's funny is I actually have terrible vision. I've had
like distance-wise and that kind of thing.
Like I have highly corrective contact lenses in at all times. I take them out and go to sleep. Like I have really, really, really bad vision, and like I wouldn't be able to even see the computer if I didn't have my contacts in. And my husband has 20/20 vision that he's super proud of. But I see color, you know, like you said, in a different way than he.
Because we have more experience.
Like
with
my
vision
is terrible, but like my color
range,
matching or whatever. Have you ever done that on another Facebook thing? That like, you have to choose which color is different in like a whole series of. It's like a test. I do very well on those. So. You know, obviously my corrective lenses are working.
Right.
But I'm so bad I can't even have LASIK.
Ooh,
that's how blind I am.
That's pretty bad.
I mean, and maybe that's changed, but 3 or 4 years ago, they were like, no.
Right.
So I'm just waiting for technology to catch up.
Exactly.
But I've been wearing contacts since 6th grade, so I'm used to it. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Anyway, tangent. Sorry.
Yep.
So it is interesting about the color, though.
Yeah. And then you have an FO.
So I have an FO. My only one, because I was super monogamous.
Oh, that's right.
Which is super boring, but I do better if I can switch projects. But I really wanted to get this done. I finished my upwards.
Love it.
And again, it's not really accurate either.
Oh, look, it is though.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is.
It's getting
It's actually getting the bright pink, which we haven't.
Right. That is gorgeous.
So I left my...
These rows got pretty long, didn't they?
I left my progress keeper from where I was.
Oh, yeah,
This is where I was
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, my gosh. I'll hold it there.
I had that done. And I did all the rest.
Wow, you were monogamous.
I finished it 2 days ago. I finished it, Saturday. Today's Monday.
That is gorgeous.
And I like it.
You did some amazing work.
Thank you. I really... Once I started it and then it sat for like a month, and you know how I am with that.
I know.
I usually am like, but I came back to it and I was dreading it.
Really?
Like I was thinking of not finishing it
because of the restart. Like
I don't know.
Where am I?
Yeah, I just was like, oh, that was really not that fun. But then once I restarted it, it was more fun for whatever. I was just in the mood, and. I think it's off again.
Yeah, see, it's looking red there. But I find that, for me, the restart is the hardest because I'm like, I don't remember where I was.
Yeah, luckily I wasn't far enough.
So it's the getting back into it. Like, I was kind of that way with my On the Spice Market.
I wasn't far enough into it that it was hard. And this was a good one to pick up and put down because it's literally just the same thing.
Lots of garter. Yeah. And it's easy to remember the pattern. You don't have to have the paper.
Well, and I will say the texture is not, I
love the texture.
Well, I actually did not do the texture correctly, but I like mine better. Sorry.
What's it supposed to be?
So it's supposed to be, I did it right down here. This is where I started. And see how...
Oh, every now and then you have 3.
Yeah, see how you're supposed to have 3 garter ridges?
right there.
When I picked it back up, I was like right here-ish. I mean, this is literally how much I got done before I wasn't even to that navy part yet. So I did about that and then that much and then put it down for a month. And when I came back, I kind of forgot that you're supposed to knit that row instead of purl it. And so I just did it evenly spaced with the garter. And I like it better.
Yeah. I like it. I think that's such a subtle design point
well,
that
and
I think
there is a mistake. You want to see my mistake?
Sure.
I'm always interested in that. See that?
Oh yeah, you missed one.
Yeah, missed one.
Oh gosh, only you would notice.
Can you even?
Nobody else would notice.
It's right. There, point to it.
There.
Yep. Don't care. And
then, not going back for that.
And I didn't even notice it until much later.
Oh wow.
And I was like, definitely not. There's another one in the navy. Can't see it. I can't remember
right
where. Yeah, right
there.
And honestly, it does
it's
not
so subtle.
matter.
I mean, those are nice. I like the texture of it. So for sure you want to have those stripes in there. But
I like the
it's
even.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, so I didn't even notice that I was doing it wrong. And I was looking at the pattern to make sure I was doing the color changes correctly. And I think I was like, is there 5 of those navy? And I was looking at that and I realized her texture looks different. I said, she did it wrong in her pattern picture. Boy, conceited much?
Because it's not us.
Conceited much? And then I was like, why would she show it anyway? So I was looking at hers and I thought, she did it wrong. And then I figured out it was me. I just there's one row that you knit instead of purl, and I was purling it, and so it made it the even space. But I like mine better, and so I don't care. Don't care. It's a design element.
Yep.
Now those other two, those are mistakes. But the texture, I mean, yes, technically it was a mistake because I didn't do it on purpose. But even when I realized it, I was like,
just keep it.
I like mine better.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, it makes it more, modern. It's very kind of like architectural. So
graphic. I love it.
Yep.
Love
Thank you.
It.
And that's Stunning String Studios that I bought at Fiberfest. Funky Fuchsia, Midnight, and Natural.
Very nice.
Oh,
the
and
colors are great together.
Thank you. And I had a ton left.
Oh.
This was a half skein, and I still have this much left.
Oh, well, but those are just pops of accent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the body is.
Yeah.
The
but
pink
but
the
the white goes almost the whole way of these blips. This was a half skein.
And so you probably only used a quarter skein.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess like a hat or something. I didn't. The pink. The pink I used. This was a full skein, and I used.
You could do a really cute Fair Isle with all 3 of those.
Yes, right. It would make great Fair Isle. That was a full skein, and I have basically a half skein left.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Something's gonna have to happen with that.
Oh, for sure.
But so I was able to put like 700 or whatever yards, 700 and something yards in
around your neck.
Around your neck. And so I think I'm at. I didn't write it down, but I think I have 20 points.
Oh, nice.
And several, I have whips going. That'll get me another, between 5 and 10 points. Right. I have several bonus points coming up.
Oh, because you're using bags and patterns and yarn. And it goes for another month?
It goes through the end of August, yeah. So this one was really good. Even though I have a ton of yarn left over, it was still like 700 plus yards. I want to say I'm at 4,200 yards.
That's a lot.
So, and I got a bonus point for this bag too.
Oh, nice.
My Suburban Stitcher bag. Nice. So anyway, that's my only FO.
Okay. So I have another FO, and Cade is going to come over and show us this FO.
Yay, Cade!
Come here.
Yay!
He asked me to make this for him. What is it?
An orange.
Oh, it has a face!
An orange. Why did you want me to make you an orange?
Because orange is my favorite color, and orange is my favorite
fruit?
Yeah, fruit.
Oh.
And food.
Wait, I thought raspberries were your favorite.
No.
No?
Oranges.
Orange. Okay. So we went through Ravelry, and he's asked me for this for a while.
Look at the face. It's so...
I know, it's so
It's
cute.
cute.
So we, he's asked, why do you keep covering up my face?
I know.
Yeah.
You're an orange mom.
Right.
Yeah, you're annoying mom.
So he's asked me for this for months, and finally, maybe 2 months ago, we looked at patterns and on Ravelry, and of course, this was the one he wanted.
He specifically asked for an orange.
He specifically wanted an orange, and it could have been just like a round ball of orange and make it call it a fruit.
Mm-hmm.
But so I did go look for orange patterns, and finally, when he was at grandparent camp, I made it. He picked this one out. Of course, he picked one that was in Spanish. I mean, that's not why he picked it. He picked it because it's cute, but of course it was in Spanish.
Oh, no.
I know. So it's called Patron Media Naranja, which is medium orange. Patron, I don't know.
That's like boss.
Is it? Well, there you go.
Isn't it?
Medium
Patron?
orange boss.
I mean, I think it is at least in
What
French.
is Patron in Spanish?
Not a clue.
I know.
I think in
Spanish.
French it's boss, and so it's
Makes
probably
sense.
something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
Boss orange.
So, but the designer, it's a free pattern, and the designer created YouTube videos for every step of it. Again, it's in Spanish.
But you could follow along.
But I could watch what she was doing, and I know enough, and
You could just.
it's not charted, but she used symbols. Like she wrote out in
there you
symbols,
go.
and she wrote it out in words.
How cool.
So I was able to use the symbols to see what I think it's supposed to be, and then I watched the YouTube videos, and
it looks good.
it came out super cute, and it even has a little
Navel.
yes.
How stinking cute.
So
And that's safety eye.
it is. It's
Safety
safety eyes.
eyes,
It was
and
my
then you
first
just-
time to do safety eyes.
Yeah, I've used those. I like those. And then I love the cheeks.
I know. Well, that was her too. Like that was all.
And the mouth. You embroidered that
I
kind
did,
of like
yeah.
after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Thank you.
Do you love it? What's his name besides Boss Orange?
Hug.
Hug.
Yeah.
His name is Hug.
I named him Hug.
Hug the orange.
Yeah.
That's really good. And just like polyfill inside
Yep.
it.
Polyfill.
Ooh, that would make a good bean bag.
Oh yeah.
You could fill it with
Yeah.
rice or
Oh,
well,
right.
that would stink. But
I have poly pellets, but
But
I do
I like
think
it as a
the
polyfill.
face is supposed to be more flat and then round here, like round this way and flat this way.
hers does look flat.
But it's I don't know if
But I
my
like
gauge
it.
was looser or what.
well, and
but
you were. Who knows if you
fine.
missed something in the translation?
Right.
You was lost in
I
translation.
could've.
Yeah. I mean, maybe all you
Yeah.
had to do was just add an extra row, and it would not be
Right.
as flat.
But it was fun.
It's really
and
cute.
I used scrap yarn that I had. It's all
Yeah.
cotton.
Is it cotton? Really?
It is. It's
Oh,
cotton.
Nice.
Yeah. So there you
Cute.
go. That was my.
I'm happy for you that you
Thank
got your
you.
orange.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy I got it done.
like,
I don't have this guilt hanging over me.
cross
My
that-
child asked me to do something for him, and I haven't done it.
Well, I made the mistake of talking about that panda hat.
Oh, that's
And
right.
now every day, have you started my panda hat yet? Have you started my? Oh my gosh, dang it!
I will get to it, Alfama. I know.
I'm doing around your neck stuff right now. Leave me
I
alone.
know, right? Well, and that's why I was excited to do it when he was gone for the
Right.
week. So
'Cause otherwise they're like
Right.
breathing down.
Right. And it did really only take me a couple hours to make because it's very few stitches and
Yeah.
it's small. I
It
think
would have taken less time if you weren't trying to translate it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, I watched all the videos and then I went and did
And
it
you never
while
would
I
have
was
done
watching
that
the videos. No.
if it was in English.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
That's funny.
So yeah, that was fun. That was
That's adorable.
I
I need to make a toy. I'm kind of like itching to make
I
a
think
toy.
we're gonna have one for our knit along group.
Oh, that's right, but I don't know
Yeah.
what month.
I don't either.
We should do one. We should do one for. I want to make a monster too.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. A toy is.
Maybe we'll have a monster along.
Oh yeah, because Zane wants a monster.
We
and
like
he
along.
rarely asks for things. Yeah. So I have one more. It's not
What?
really a finished object. It's a hoe. It's a hoe.
Oh, you know what? I have one more too, but it's
You have a
not.
hoe?
It's not knit. No, I have a finished object, but it's not knitted.
Is it a bowl?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do this because I'm
Do
super
yours.
excited about hearing my
I just remembered mine. So yes, please do yours. Sorry.
Okay. I have my mitt finished.
Oh, it looks so good.
Good.
That yarn is. I'm gonna have to buy it. I've almost bought it so many times.
This yarn makes me so happy.
It's so happy.
And it's
Sorry,
Happy
kid
Snowman.
noise.
That's the name of it. Is Happy Snowman from
After
Mustache.
like Olaf.
I don't know.
From Frozen.
Are these the colors of Olaf? I don't know. I love these colors. I am so over the top in love with this.
And it's sparkly.
So I did this. I still have one more stitch.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, wait, I thought it was off the needle.
I know. So I did my stretchy bind off, and then I did it.
Is that up here?
3/4 of the way. And then realized I wasn't going to have enough yarn. So I picked that out and then teeked back halfway so that, okay, now I should have enough yarn. Well, I still didn't have enough yarn for like 6 stitches. 6, right there, that little bit.
Oh, no.
I did the yarnless bind off for those 6 stitches.
Cool.
I was not redoing it all
I was
again.
about to say, do you not have any yellow that you can just slap in there?
I didn't even think about that. That would have been good. Because it's going to roll on itself anyway. So I have one stitch.
Any color. If it's going to roll, just
I thought about cutting this off and using that, but it was fine.
Yeah, it is cool to learn. Had you ever done that?
Yes, I did it on the...
And what's it called technically?
Seashore Cowl. No, the Song of the...
The one you just did?
Seashore Cowl. The one that
I
have the poncho and you have the cowl.
Yours was a dress.
Right.
Okay. And so you use a crochet hook?
No, I just used this. I just flipped it over.
But it's kind of crochet. What's it called?
It's the yarnless bind off.
Okay.
I think.
Because there's one that's yarnless called the crochet bind off or something like that. But I've never done either. I would think
this is very similar to it.
Okay.
And this is literally where you have one stitch on the right hand needle because that's the last one you can knit. You slip purlwise one stitch from the left hand needle to the right. You move one over. You slip again. You move one over.
So you're literally just locking them.
Yes. So it is very much like crochet, and it's not. I mean, it doesn't use any yarn, but it is stiff and hard, and you don't really want to use it unless you want something stiff and hard.
Okay. Well, so you only needed it like for an inch.
Yeah. Not even like a half an inch, and the rest of it was a stretchy bind off.
So it's gonna be fine.
So now I have an arm warmer.
It's so cute.
Yes. And
it looks like it fits really good.
It fits really well. I have marked. So first of all, I went a little long on this part. But it was because I was at the Cubs game, and I was in the front row. And
Mitch, my husband.
Did you see us on TV?
No.
Oh, we were on TV.
He follows us on Instagram.
Oh.
And he was like, "What's up with Alan?" Front row at the Cubs game.
I have a great sister-in-law.
I don't know.
So I was in the front row, and I realized I went too far. I'm like, oh, I can't tink back. I cannot be doing this while the Cubs are playing. So I just let it be, and I can fold it down. But I like it because you can fold
it, Or you could even tuck it in if you didn't want to see.
Oh, that's true. I could.
But I kind of like seeing the wrong side. Fun? It looks nice.
Because then you see the two colors together.
I love the way it looks when the back side of a straight line like that. My what's a hoosie that I just did?
Upwards.
Yeah, it has it too, and I think it looks nice.
Yeah. So I can do that if I want it shorter.
That looks really cute.
The other thing that I did was I told you I was going to increase. So I did 3 rows of increase. So it was 56 stitches that I cast on. Then right about here, maybe 12 or 13 inches, I just kept trying it on. I increased by 4. I increased 4 stitches because 56 divides by 4, 14. So I just did knit front and back.
Okay.
Then I did another couple of rows and I did 15 stitches, knit front and back, so another 4. So now I'm up to 64. Then I tried it on again and I realized that down here I wanted just a little bit more looseness, so I added 4 more. So I got up to 68 stitches.
Cool.
Which it alters the stripe width a little bit,
I would have
but not enough to really make a huge difference.
I mean, those pink and orange look exactly the same to me. The black is the only one that you kind of go, oh yeah, it's thinner.
And there's already thin stripes with the brown.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I was good with that.
That would never bother me.
And this was the perfect travel knitting. Yeah. Because it's small, it fit in my bag, it fit in my crossbody purse, it's straight stockinette. I picked it up anywhere and everywhere. Yeah. As you saw, if you follow our Wool Slayers Instagram, because I did it while I was walking,
and that's why you got a whole thing done
in a week.
Yeah,
which is pretty amazing because it took like 2 months to do things.
Well, and Zane's, it was beautiful, but it was only like
4 colors,
3 shades of blue or whatever.
Four shades of blue,
super exciting. So you're constantly trying to get to that.
It's so fun. Yeah, I love this, and I have decided Well, when I get it started, I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Oh.
More to come.
All right. So was that one of her perfectly matched?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I follow Yarn Harlot on Instagram, and she posted, because she's starting her bike rally, and she was like, I almost forgot to pack travel knitting.
Oh my gosh.
And she posted two little skeins and then a big skein, and said, which one should I take, right or left? And on the right was this exact yarn.
She's a big mustache fan as well.
Well, and I told her, I commented along with 900 other people.
I'm sure she read yours first.
Well, she responded.
Oh, good.
I said, right, it looks like Happy Snowman from Mustache that I just worked with all week, and I love it. It makes me so happy.
Did she pick it?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know, but she said,
I haven't seen, I follow her too. Why haven't I seen any of that? I didn't see that.
Algorithm.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
Lame.
Yeah. So that's my hoe.
I love it.
Thank you. So I don't know how long it'll take, because I literally save that for situations where I cannot look at anything like soccer games, baseball games.
So
movies.
The next one could take.
It could take another 2 months.
Because you don't have any more trips planned, right?
I know. I actually have one more trip planned. Oh. We're going to Louisville. It is baseball summer. Let me tell you, we're going to Louisville Slugger. Yay!
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. My aunt lives in Louisville, so.
Mitch was telling me, because we were talking about, because we're Texas Ranger fans, of course, and Adrian Beltre just hit his 3,000th hit, and Mitch was like, oh, I wish we could have gone, because you'd never forget something like that. He goes, I still remember when I was in the stands when Michael Jordan hit a home run. I was like, what?
And I'm thinking, wait, Michael Jordan didn't play baseball.
Yes, he did. He did, and he had 2 home runs his entire short little baseball career, and my husband saw one of them.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I was like, how long have we been married, and this is the first I've heard that you saw Michael Jordan play baseball?
I know.
And the reason I thought of it is because I think he saw it in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
So when you said that, it triggered that.
Because he never made it to the majors, did he? Maybe they did for like
a minute.
Yeah, but also for like the promotion of it.
Yeah.
Well, Mark told me that Beltre, so yesterday was Sunday. Mm-hmm. Saturday night there was a game, and he did not get a hit that night.
Oh, he got a hit. He got his 2,999
on Friday.
Saturday.
No, Saturday. Well, there was a game. No, because
he had 1 hit on Saturday.
Okay, so that doesn't make sense. Anyway, there was a game between when he got 2,999 and the 1,000 where he didn't get a hit. But once he hit 2,999, the Rangers sold 8,000 tickets in one night for the next game because he was going to hit 3,000. And it is hot, people. And this stadium is outside.
And it's outside, and it was at like 2 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
So Sally doesn't go to summer ball games at 2 o'clock. I'm like, is there a 7 a.m. game? I'll go to that one.
Because even 7 p.m. is
well,
crazy
and like
hot.
Down in Houston, they have,
they have the dome.
The air conditioning, but it feels wrong.
They're building it here. It does feel wrong.
It feels wrong to watch baseball in the AC.
Mm-hmm. A dome, you don't have baseball's not in a dome. Anyway, tangent. Okay.
Who would have thought we would have a sports tangent?
I know, right?
I wouldn't have guessed that in a billion years.
Right.
Okay, so here's my FO, and it sucks. It should be in a fail.
Oh, why?
So I dyed my sock.
Oh, that's right. That's what I was hoping it would be. Oh.
I dyed one of them, and it did not turn out like I wanted it or thought it would.
Sell or save.
Well, it's again I kind of messed up, but it's supposed to be Sal and like a heart. But
why don't you like it?
Well, it's fine. It actually looks better on camera than it does in person.
It's darker than I think I would see you doing.
Yes, it's too dark. But I had no idea what I was doing.
What'd you use?
I used.
Hold on, I'm gonna hold it up. You talk.
I used that Jacquard acid dye powder for
Where do you get that?
Michael's.
Oh, really?
I got it on Amazon because
Amazon.
I get everything on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So all the speckle, it was supposed to be speckled.
Oh.
And it's graffiti. It's not terrible. I will probably.
It's just not what you what you set out to do.
No, but honestly, I had no idea what I was doing anyway.
Right.
So so I speckled it, and then with the powder, and then I used RIT liquid and like I wore a rubber glove and my finger to make. And this is because I like got distracted and almost started doing. And I did another A, and then I was like, what am I doing?
You don't know how to spell your name?
Apparently not. I was just completely just like stressed
Salad.
out. And so I was like, how am I going to
Do you have to be fast when you're doing it?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, thank goodness. So I did this, and then I went, what am I doing? I guess I was thinking like wool slayers, and so I was going to make like a, sorry, it's my watch.
Yeah.
I was going to make, I don't know what I was thinking, but it was, and so I thought, okay, how do I fix this? Because I wanted it to say Sal. And so I made this like the L, and then I made a heart out of the other, because this is the part that I had messed up. So anyway, I don't even care about that part. I care about the color, and it's not what I wanted. It's not terrible.
You never know what it's going to be like till you knit it up.
I don't know if I'm going to knit it.
Give it to me. I'll make arm warmers out of it.
Pretty hideous.
How did this not die? What is
It's
that?
acrylic.
Oh.
It's acrylic. And it started coming out. It came loose. So I have to like kind of slapdash. So anyway,
but was it fun? Like
no,
really?
It wasn't fun.
Now were you like, okay, been there, done that, don't need to do it
I
again?
am not a good like. If you need to be methodical, I'm not your girl. And I'm also very cheap when it comes to stuff that's not yarn. So I was not interested in buying a special pot. And a strainer or a steamer, because you can't reuse. I have all that, but you can't reuse it once you've used acid dye.
Oh, because it'll pop your.
It's not food safe after that or whatever. And so I was like, covering everything in foil and using it.
Oh,
Because I'm like, I'm not buying a special pot.
Yeah.
Because what if I'm never going to do it again? So that made it harder for myself because I was like using a skillet covered in a big thick skillet covered in foil full of water with a disposable grill tray that has holes on top of it. Then because I steam set this.
Oh, okay.
And so then this was wrapped in plastic wrap and butcher paper and put on top of that. Then with a towel draped over it.
Oh, wow.
To be my steamer instead of just having a steamer.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't want to mess up my real
steamer
pots and so anyway, and then like I was trying to you have to soak it in like warm water with citric acid before. So I was doing that like in the oven with a disposable
tray
like lasagna pan. And so that was like I spilled it and just I don't know. It was just, and then I was trying to find a place to dye that's ventilated. Well, that's only outside.
Right. And it's hot. And
you know, you can't like lay down paper to protect your patio or whatever because it's also windy. I don't know. I was just like, I made it harder for myself because I didn't have the right equipment. And then,
but you're also not a professional.
And I was
this was your first time.
Yeah. And I was also just like trying to get it done, you know? And so, I don't know. I have 2 other sock blanks, so I feel like I probably should do something, but I don't know. I like that blue color right there.
And I like the yellow blip.
And the blips of yellow are fun, but I don't know.
What color was this one? This mauve color?
It was red.
Was it? Oh, really?
Yeah, but you know what? I think it was kind of like this, folded.
Oh.
I think it was rolled. So I didn't get a straight.
Oh, you're right. Because look, it's on the back.
It bled. Like I think it's just kind of like it traveled. So
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I knew it was not going to. Like I had really low expectations,
right.
And it pretty much turned out how I figured it was going to turn out. Like I wasn't going to like it, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to feel like messing with it again.
Oh, gotcha.
Or I might do just liquid dye with the next one and just kind of like squirt. Because I think that made it not as fun for me trying to
sprinkle.
Yeah. I don't know. So anyway,
I think it's exciting that you
I don't know.
tried
I
it.
might just drape it over my yarn stash and call it a day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever knit with it. Oh, and what's really funny is when I first took it out of the paper and the cling wrap, I was like, it's solid black.
Really?
And I was like, oh.
Because it was still wet?
I don't know. I don't know how any of it works. That's the thing. It's like, I didn't really like try to educate myself. I was just like, how do you get it to set? That's all I need to know.
Uh-huh.
And so I was just like, oh, this is the biggest fail.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was just disgusted with it. Like, this is just a waste. Let's just throw it in the trash and just forget it ever happened. And so I'm like rinsing it and rinsing it and rinsing it. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh.
The colors came back.
Yeah, that was just, you know, it wasn't,
Gotcha.
that wasn't set like that.
Right.
So, I mean, I had to rinse it and rinse it and maybe that's normal. I don't know, but I wouldn't know. I mean, you'll never catch me opening an Etsy shop selling yarn because, it was not, like I said, I'm not your girl. If you need to be like methodical and I'm a slapdash kind of gal, like da-da-da. That's why I can't paint paintings and I have patience for knitting, but it's not for me. Like anything that.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, and so I knew because I've dyed before with food coloring.
Oh yeah.
And so that part was the good part about that is that it doesn't mess up your pots and pans.
Oh, is that why people dye with like Kool-Aid and stuff like that?
Because it's not toxic.
Right.
But I didn't like the colors of those either.
I can see that.
I did just like a green and a yellow with food coloring, and I've never knit with either one of them.
But you don't knit with green and yellow that much anyway.
Well, I was dyeing it for the kids.
Oh,
I was going to knit because Amelia's favorite color was yellow and Nolan's was green at the time.
Right.
And so I was like, well, I'll knit them something, and I haven't. I don't even want I still have it.
Right.
But so anyway, I don't know. This was my first time trying to make something multicolored and my first time using toxic dye.
Right.
And so it was interesting.
That is interesting.
I don't know. Y'all
I'm
don't
glad you
hate it.
learned.
Yeah, don't say anything mean about it because I know, okay?
Right.
It looks like graffiti.
Right.
And not the good way.
I know, right?
Because graffiti can be very beautiful.
Right.
Not so much the Sal.
It's just so different.
Well, and then it doesn't help that I like totally messed up the L.
That is pretty funny.
I was like, I just zoned out, and all next thing I know, I was like, what am I? See, I can't even focus long enough to do that. Like I zoned out while dyeing. Come on now.
I know.
Give me some
While you're literally
vitamins or something.
Right.
I mean, I literally while I was dipping my finger in dye, like my train of thought
probably distracted you.
I don't know. I went to somewhere else, and then I was like, oh man. You know, my husband was like, don't quit your day job. I'm like, I know, right? Anyway, so that was sort of an FO.
I'm glad you tried it. I was excited to see it.
I'll probably try it again, but I will maybe just try like maybe 2 colors.
Oh, right.
Like a color and then a speckle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see. And maybe don't try to write words.
I know.
My handwriting's bad even on pen and paper, so maybe don't write with dye.
Right.
Okay, whips. We haven't even done whips?
I have whip.
Okay,
I have one whip.
2.
I have one whip.
2 new cast-ons.
Well, I mean, technically, the other arm warmer is another whip.
Is it cast on them?
Oh, I have 2 whips.
Oh.
I didn't get my other one in here.
Oh, okay. We can pause if you want.
What? You'll go grab it? Okay. Zane's going to get it for me. It's in the sushi bag in my room. Sushi bag.
Okay, so will you do
my
your
first whip is the tank along. I cast it on. It's the Kanata tank. Kanata kerchief tank.
Yes, and it's crochet,
And it's crochet.
Oh, it's so fun.
And I got the first, I mean, it's not even finished. I'm supposed to get to 16
It starts
and a half
like
inches.
that?
Yeah. And it hangs like this. Like that's the,
Oh.
so like that's when you do 4 of these.
Huh.
And I somewhere
I
screwed
love
up.
the way that feels.
I have to fudge every round. Oh, whatever.
Don't you hate that?
I have 3 more tries to get it right.
Yeah, that can be the butt one. Like, does it? Have you chosen a front or back yet? Can that be
No,
on your
because
booty?
you do 4. You have 1 here, 1 here,
Oh,
1
this is
there,
at the
and
top.
1 there. Well,
I was
one
thinking
corner, it's only 4 of these. That's all it is.
I thought it was longer than
Well,
that.
it is. I have a ways to go. I have to do 16.5 inches, and I'm
I
maybe
see.
at 12.
And so you're continuing to go around.
So you continue to go around and
that's
around.
Weird. Okay.
And actually putting this on, I'm surprised it actually covers a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so you just keep going, and that makes
Right.
it longer. Okay.
And
cool.
the other thing is, this is cotton. And she even, in the pattern, this is really nice, she tells you, really, you're supposed to get 18 inches, but if you're using a yarn that stretches when you block it, you're
Don't touch the
wiggling.
table.
If you use a yarn that stretches, like cotton,
I don't know if that's.
do it to 16.5 inches.
I'm not sure mercerized cotton stretches.
It will. Yeah, because Knitting Fairy said it'll stretch. She actually didn't
I've
want me to
knit
use
so
this.
much with that exact yarn, and it's
Really?
never stretched ever.
Huh. Maybe I'll go to 18.
I don't know.
I don't know. But,
Or
or
maybe
I
cut it in
could
the
block
middle.
this one. I could block this.
Do you like completely?
Because you do
stop?
4. Yes, you do
Oh, okay.
one.
Do that.
Completely do it. You
Just
do
do
4, and then you join them and do the thing.
I think it'll stretch a little, but I'm not sure it'll stretch.
Well,
2
and crochet
inches.
doesn't stretch that much anyway. Like, it's not like knitting.
Right.
Stitches don't borrow yarn from
Right.
another stitch. So it's
I
not
would
gonna
block
stretch
that.
as much.
Just
You're right.
I
But
just
that's what
I
I'll
don't
do.
want
I'll
you to
block
be
one.
disappointed.
Because I can block it without actually tying it off. And tying it off in crochet doesn't matter. You can
That's
cut
true.
and rejoin super
That's
easily.
true.
So
I
that's the
love
beginning.
it. That's gonna look so cool.
I know, and the color is so great.
The
It looks
color-
mint
it looks
on there, but it
washed
is.
out, but it's lime green.
It's-
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. And I have
It's
used
really cool construction.
not even close to a whole ball. See, I had to take out some because I have to fudge it every round, which means sometimes I go rip it out
Yep.
and do it all again. So I
It
have
looks
not
really
even
good.
a whole ball for more than half of this square.
Nice.
So I might have too much yarn, but
That's okay.
better than not having enough.
We can make knitted knockers out of it or something.
Yeah,
It is one of the approved yarns for the boobs.
green knitted knockers.
They say that people love the wild
I
ones.
bet
You
they
can make
do.
a scrappy one.
Oh,
Because
fun.
I actually have several scraps of that exact yarn.
Yeah.
And they say people love the scrappy.
I bet they do. They're fun.
And you can also make like the front part in a neutral color.
Flesh
and
color.
then the part that touches your skin, you can make it all wild, and people like that.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's one whip.
I actually have 2 new cast-ons. I went a little nuts when I finished the upwards. And
I can't believe you didn't have other whips.
Well, I do.
Oh.
I have Spindrift, but I didn't bring it because
Oh,
it
that's
looks
right.
it still looks the same.
same.
Because it's one of those you don't do anything fun until I'm just kind of growing it, and then you do the border.
And that's your dark knitting. So.
You know, because you made one. So I didn't bring it because it still looks the same as last time. I did work on it a little bit, but not a ton. And so I have 2 new ones cast on. Again, still for around your neck. And so I had to pick ones that I can like get done in this month.
Right.
And I wanted to get as many points as possible for that knitting. So I have 2 smaller projects. I did want to say thank you for anyone who chimed in on what I should use my Suburban Stitcher yarns for. I did make a decision after talking to Diane herself, and I'm going to knit the Spectrum.
Oh.
Which is a Joji Locatelli, and we'll put a picture in. It's very cool, and I think it's going to be awesome, but I'm not going to even bother starting it for this cowl because there's no way I would get it done with everything else going that I have knitting.
Even though you would get points because of using Diane.
I know, but I
yarn.
can always knit on it and save it for next
year.
because whips count for her.
That's true.
So I could knit it kind of over the winter and then just save it and bind it off, or finish it and bind it off in the summer. I'm trying to get better about letting stuff languish a little bit, not terribly.
But that's languishing with a purpose.
yes,
That's different than
kind
just
of,
letting it.
that I feel like is okay. That goes along because I have my scrap blanket that doesn't really bother me either.
Right.
As long as I know it's not in timeout because I hate it or something like that. Those I would never get done. So anyway, I'm gonna do the Spectrum with that, but that's neither here nor there. What I've cast on is my Suburban Stitcher floral bouquet that I showed.
Oh, yeah.
It was a trophy a couple of months ago. Oops,
Oh,
a bead
came off.
A bead fell out.
Found it.
I had dumped the beads out on top of the cake to see which ones I wanted, and that was a stray. So it's white with purple and charcoal gray.
And a little bit of blue.
And a little blue. Yeah, it's a really interesting yarn.
A pop of pink.
So that's a bonus point. And then I'll get points for the yardage. But also the pattern is called Mimosa by Boo Knits.
I've never heard of that one.
And she is Mimosa by Boo Knits. She is a sponsor of the Cowl. So that's a bonus point because I'm using one of her patterns.
Nice.
So
and a point for keeping a Suburban Stitcher
and
bag.
Suburban Stitcher bag. So this bad boy is getting done because I'll get points for the yardage, points. And I'm using beads.
Oh,
so
points for that?
Yes, this is gonna be a one skein project, but I'm gonna get a point for beads, a point for Suburban Stitcher yarn, a point for Suburban Stitcher bag, a point for a Boo Knits pattern. So that's 4 just for,
right.
Yeah. So I'm excited. And it's looking really good. I think this is, so this, I'm sure you've popped in a picture by now. But so this is just, it's kind of like spindrift. It's just got to grow for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do a lace and bead, just border.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be really pretty. And I'm using
And what's the name of the yarn?
Floral Bouquet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to use I decided just clear
pretty.
crystal-y beads that I've had forever. I think maybe a couple of years ago, Fiber Fest. It's from Artful Bead. You ever see them
or Yarn Crawl? Did you ever go there?
No, I know I bought beads at Fiber Fest.
Oh, okay.
So I think it has to be from there.
Because they're on the Yarn Crawl.
I've never been there on the Yarn Crawl.
I just noticed it on the passport
Cool.
yesterday.
Well, that'll be cool to go to the actual store because I've only ever seen them at
Fiber Fest.
Yeah. So I just cast that on a couple of days ago and tried to get a little bit of work done so you guys have something to see. But I'm excited for that one.
I like it.
All the bonus points.
Yeah. And that yarn is beautiful.
Diane's a genius.
And she just started dying. And like after what you just went through, you're like,
I mean, I already had
Amazing.
mad respect for anyone who like dies, especially people who like just do it in their house. I'm like, how?
They have pots.
I know, but still.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time too because there's a lot of prep, soaking, and then the actual dyeing part, which, you know, I'm sure that people who know what they're doing probably do it in steps instead of just like me. And then the setting, I had it steaming for an hour.
Oh, wow.
And because I had this rigged setup, I didn't feel comfortable just leaving because I had like a towel draped over thing on the stove.
Right.
So I sat there and knit
And
next to it
steam.
next to it the whole time for an hour.
With the fire extinguisher right there.
I had tucked it up, so I felt like I was safe, but I still didn't feel comfortable just like leaving it.
Right.
I kind of like my house. I'd like for it to not burn down.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the only one I've got. So anyway.
Great. So I picked back up my On the Spice Market.
It looks so good.
It does. It looks really great.
I love it.
That way.
I can't wait till you get to the red dot.
I know, me too. Me too, because I'm so over the dot.
Well, get used to it because
over.
you're going to...
I have 8 more rows of dots. 8 more rows of dots.
That's it?
That's it. Because I've done...
So small.
Doesn't it look tiny?
It looks tiny.
I know. I probably should have used a larger needle than what it called for. I used 2.5. Don't know why I would do that with fingering, because that's like sock gauge. I probably should have used a 4.
It'll just be a shawlette though. It'll still look really cute. Yeah.
I hate doing the dots.
I know.
It hurts. It doesn't, it hurts my hands
yeah.
in the sense that my hands are tired at the end of the row because
it's tight.
Shoving in there.
Yeah.
If anybody does this, I will tell you the thing that I found, because you're trying to knit through 3, and you go left to right. I found that if I took my needle and shoved it in this way, then took it out and went in, it created space in between.
But again, that just makes it take longer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't like the dots either.
And it's growing by a dot each time, I think. Maybe it's just one. It might be two. But, so, you know, down here when I was doing the dots, that's not so bad. But now that I'm up here, I'm like, oh. So I'm really ready for those dot rows to be finished. And
the dots almost killed me.
The dots, it takes me as long.
Yes.
Because it's only the wrong side of the dots that is difficult. Yes. So it takes me as long to do that one row as it takes me to do the middle 7 rows. Other rows in between.
I know.
Whatever. It's got to be done.
It's a great pattern.
I love the effect.
It's going to look awesome.
It's going to look great.
Yeah, so
I can't wait for this. So I'm on the dark. Next will be the dark gray and then red.
So you've done it up through this color. And then, so you are 8 dot rows.
And it's very interesting to me how much it lightens the color by having the white in between.
And her white is sparkly. I don't know. It's probably hard to tell on the camera.
And I was looking at it in the sun for some reason when we were on vacation, and it just reminded me of snow.
Yeah.
You know when you see plain white snow and it sparkles?
Yes.
That's
and these are little rocks sticking out of the snow.
Yeah. There you go. I hadn't thought of that.
I love how different ours are.
Yeah.
Not only the color, but the size and everything. It's like, is this the same pattern?
And I will say for the very first time in my knitting life, I did not overpack my knitting.
Good job.
For vacation because I knew how long the mitts take.
And you have 2.
And I have 2.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I only need the one easy dark knitting. And then I knew this would take forever too, so I was like, no way am I going to run out of knitting in a week with these 2 projects.
The only thing you're in danger of is getting tired of those 2 things.
Right.
But that's why it's actually, I like to force myself. If I'm like struggling with something like those dots, you don't want to do it.
Right.
So you force yourself. That's
Take
the only thing you've got.
Right. I know.
So.
I know. And I do like being monogamous with projects, so it's not always that I get tired of it.
I don't.
I do because I want the product, like, hurry up and finish. But the dots, But
it's rough.
You're right. If I hadn't have taken it on vacation, I wouldn't have gotten that much done because I'd have to somehow reward myself for getting through a dot row. Like, I get to have a beer after a dot row, or I get to do something else after a dot row.
But then after the dots is more.
It's more garter,
and it's nice,
which is great because
they are long rows, but
and that's what I need when I go to soccer games and stuff. I need long rows of garter or just the stockinette in the round. Yeah. So it'll get done.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I can't wait for that red. I love that red pop.
Yes.
Awesome.
So that's my only other whip.
I have one more whip.
Okay.
Again, a new cast-on. This is for our local knitting group. The August project is pretty tiny. I just barely started it.
Right.
It's the Adama, I think.
It's Adama because it's after Battlestar Galactica.
Oh. Now I don't want to knit it anymore.
Adama.
Just kidding.
You didn't like that?
Just kidding. I'm not sure I've ever seen it. It sounds like something my parents would have watched.
Maybe. There was a new one that came out recently, like in the past 5 to 10 years.
I know Star Wars. That's pretty much.
Well, this is it. Battlestar Galactica was a TV show.
Really? Oh, that's right, because the Ron Moore was the creator of that.
Okay.
Or director, whatever. And he is the creator, director, whatever, of Outlander.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've heard, Battlestar Galactica.
Right.
I think that's right.
Anyway,
I've heard his name with that. So anyway, this is the worsted weight version of the Star Shower, which I've knit a couple of years last year, and I loved it. So this is basically, again, another one I'm knitting twice, even though this is a little bit different because it's worsted weight. So it's pretty cool. You've probably seen a picture by now. And it starts flat, and then you eventually go in the round, and it's just this cowl that's just, and the fingering weight one turned out pretty small. Like in the picture, I mean, yeah, she's tiny and I'm not, but she had it like, pulled down over her shoulders, and I was like, mine would not even do that on a thin person. Like, and that's we have another friend, Stella, hers turned out really small too. So I think I'm gonna like the worsted weight version better, and I've gifted the fingering weight, so I don't even have it to compare. But I am excited to do a worsted weight project after so many. I love fingering weight; it will always be my favorite weight. But it's nice to have a quick something that.
Flies.
I mean, this was like 12 rows, and I'm like, oh, look how big it is, you know.
Right.
So I'm using Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in the spruce colorway, and it's not. I don't think it's reading correctly. It's more of a. It's turquoise. Like
it's a true spruce.
It's a
green.
true. Yeah.
It looks blue on the screen, but
it's like a deep turquoise kind of green. It's not. It's looking blue.
That's better.
That's better. So I like it. You know.
And I'll be casting mine on tomorrow.
Oh, good. I didn't know.
August 1st.
Oh, yeah. It was one you wanted to do. So yeah, it's a fun knit. I enjoyed the fingering weight version, so I mean it's basically the same thing. So I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it. And it's patterned, but the way that it was very. You kept wanting to get to the next pattern.
Oh, the next section.
And so it wasn't a slog at all. So I'm excited for that one. Once I have a little more knitting time.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Are we on trophies yet?
Yes.
I'm excited about trophies.
It's time for trophies.
Do you have trophies?
I only have one.
Okay, I have two.
Do you want me to go first?
No.
Go ahead.
I'll go, then you go, then I go.
Okay.
So my first one is kind of a repeat. Boom.
It looks so good. Yeah, that's way nicer than the one I was going to put on it. I was going to put on just a circle.
Well, there's a story behind this.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Bella's got me this, my mother. And there's a story behind how she got it. So Cade, my youngest, we call him a pick 'em up.
Okay.
Because he finds stuff on the street and
Nolan.
picks it up.
Everything's a treasure.
Hair bands, washers, anything that's metal or elastic, he picks it off the street.
Nolan picks up sticks and nature, and he picks up trash too. But
yeah, nature. He does sticks
jam.
and rocks when we're in nature. But if we're walking through a parking lot and there is a crushed washer, a crushed paper clip, a hairband, he will pick it up. So he's my pick 'em up. But I think it's genetic. Because my mother is the same way. She goes on walks around her neighborhood, and it's kind of an urban area. It's in Houston, and but she lives near a high school, like 2 blocks away. Kids actually park in front of her house for the high school.
Oh, okay.
It's the high school I went to, and so there's always stuff. They litter all the time. So she actually carries a bag around, or just picks it up and
got my tote bag and ready for my walk.
She knows where her trash cans are that she can drop stuff off. But she's always being a pick 'em up.
Okay.
I mean, we've gotten a backpack. She picks up crushed pins.
I would
all
not
the time.
pick up a backpack.
She picked up a backpack. We watched it.
She picked up a Yeti.
She picked up a Yeti.
Nice.
I know.
Someone's missing that.
It had a monogram on it that we don't know about, but she picked up a Yeti.
That's hilarious.
So
I would not pick up a backpack. Do you know what could be in that? Like a dead animal.
it was empty. It was empty. I think she stepped on it to
I'd
make
be
sure.
like, this is where someone tossed some cats
Yeah.
or something. That would be my luck.
We
I would
watched
find
it.
dead animals.
We use it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so she's a total pick 'em up. This is a pick 'em up.
That's great.
It was on the curb. She thinks
Do you think
that
it's from a
well, I added the pads, and the top part is less finished than the bottom is.
I thought it looked like a like at the top of a
finial, or the top of
a newel
bed.
post.
Yes,
like at the on the staircase.
She thinks that it was a chair leg,
Oh,
a foot
it
for
is.
a chair.
I had a chair that had. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But
How funny.
and it's super heavy. It's solid wood. It is the perfect base.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want a base on mine.
Maybe she'll find you one.
Well,
but she gave it to me. And
mine was not going to be as fancy. I have a piece of wood.
I
but
used to give her such a hard time about all the stuff she would pick
It
up.
even looks good with the colors.
It does. It looks great. And all I did was glue it on.
That is
I
hilarious.
couldn't even, I went to get the super glue and it was dried out. All I had was wood glue. It worked. Wood
There you
glue.
go.
So, and when she gave it to me, she's like, I was like, oh, that's perfect. And she said, do you want to know where it came from? Because I used to give her a really hard time about it when I was younger and cared about those things.
You don't pick up stuff off people's curbs? I do it all the I do it. I don't do it to her extent. And like I said, I would not pick up a backpack. That's brave. But
Yeah.
but bulk pickup week.
Oh.
Do you have that?
Oh, I would, but no, we don't have that.
Okay, well, one day a month is
Uh-huh.
bulk pickup at our neighborhood, and
Uh-huh.
like people put out all their the big
Right.
stuff that doesn't fit in so you don't have to go to the
Right.
dump basically.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, you can get some good stuff.
Mm-hmm. I would totally pick
Mitch,
that up.
I looked out one day. I don't know. This was like pre-Nolan. This was a while ago, 6 or 7 years ago. And Mitch comes down the street wheeling a smoker, like a whole smoker on wheels. He was like, "Look what I found!" I was like, "Are you sure they threw that away?"
I know, right? You didn't go in their backyard,
kids
did
are
you?
always getting their bikes stolen, but it's because they
Mhm.
leave them in the front yard and people think they're bulk and they take them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
That's
don't
a
leave your
bit.
stuff in the
Come
front.
on.
But I was like, are you sure? He was like, it was next to their trash cans on the curb.
Uh-huh. That's
And
bulk.
so you know what he did? He cleaned it up, repainted it with
Silver or whatever.
that special paint that you can get heat,
Uh-huh.
whatever. And he sold it. He sold it on Craigslist.
Nice.
So
Very
we are
nice.
trash pickers.
Yeah.
But and we get all kind. We've gotten step stools and
Yeah.
chairs.
I would pick trash. They don't do it around here. Plus, is yours on the street or in an alley?
Street.
And ours is, we have all alleys,
Alley
so you wouldn't drive
Yeah,
past it.
alleys are, that
Yeah.
seems a little.
And Houston is all streets too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she picks up firewood.
Yeah.
Like, people put it.
Yeah.
If it's on a curb and it's functional, she's picking it up. She's gotten flower pots.
I've gotten organizational basket
Mhm.
thingies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
love it.
Sometimes, I only feel weird. One time I was going to stop
Mhm.
and get this, wire basket that was on top of a bunch of other stuff. I was, slowed down, because, I like bags and baskets and all that.
Right.
So I was like, oh, a basket. And the people's garage door was up, and they were in their garage. I was like, nope. I can't do
Right.
that. That's
No witnesses.
You can't see me do it.
Right.
So, but that's awesome. Go fill it.
I know. So I'm super happy to have it. And now, because the first thing that we did when the podcast was over and Sally and the family left, Cade put his baseball cap on it. But the cap was too heavy, and so it would
okay.
fall over.
Yeah.
So then my mom had the
I haven't tried
face,
putting
and
anything heavy on mine.
Yeah.
It just has that same hat.
There's no way this is falling over. It's like
No. The only thing that's going to happen to that is the head's going to fall off of it.
Right.
That thing is not turning over.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your
and
trophy?
something like
Oh.
that. That doesn't seem gross to me. It's wood. You
Right.
can just wipe it down.
She
and
cleaned
it's-
it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But my kids are like, look at that. People are always throwing away those humongous stuffed bears
Oh,
from
yeah.
Costco.
No.
I'm like, I would throw that away too if someone
Yeah.
gave it. And they're like, let's stop and get it. I'm like, are you kidding me? That is nasty.
No. No way, man.
No. Anyway.
Okay. So what do you have as a trophy?
So I did not buy this, but my mom sent me my birthday present. It was a little late, but once I saw
You were
it.
traveling anyway.
Well, I was
Weren't you?
home for my birthday.
Oh, you were home.
But because of what it is, I forgave her. So she's an
That is
excellent
cute.
sewist.
She made that?
Yes.
No.
And so that's why it was late, is because she was literally, making it. But look, she's really, look at that.
Wow. There's so many pieces to it, and
I
it
know.
folds, and there's.
Look at this.
Oh my
There's a
gosh.
zipper on the back with a pocket. Oh, did I zipped
You
it?
zipped it. Nice.
And first of all, the fabric. Hello.
100% wool
Made of-
guaranteed.
Yep.
That is
yes,
so
and
cute.
there's care instructions on them. So
That
it's
is so
washed in
cute.
30 degrees and 100% wool. And so then
Wow.
like that.
And it's curved on the top.
Right?
She is an
She's
excellent
really
sewist.
good. And then so it's just kind of a pocket.
Wow, that is great.
So I think this will be perfect to use as my purse, on Yarny Adventures,
right.
because I can stick
Yeah, because it folds over.
Yeah, like I'll stick my wallet in here.
Easy access.
Or just my credit card. And then, you know, a little project. And because even if it gets a little fat, it'll still, you know, it'll still close.
Right.
Isn't that cute?
That is adorable.
She's really, look at this. Like this, look at how nice that looks.
She curved it there. I mean, crepes are hard, people.
I know. She's
really hard.
She's really
nice.
I mean, that zipper is flawless.
That is amazing.
I was like, are you gonna open an Etsy shop, Mom?
We'll pimp this
I know
up.
that she has sold. She makes these really cute wallets. Actually, they're like tons of pockets, and they you know, and they're made of fabric. And she's actually has sold some of those, but she doesn't have a shop or anything. But I was like, Mom,
right? That is awesome.
I love it, and I don't have a lot of red, so I like that.
Yeah, that's great.
I like the colors.
That
you know what? This matches your Spice Market.
You're right.
And the day I got it in the mail, I was wearing this exact color red shorts and a gray t-shirt. And I was like, oh my gosh,
I got a purse.
I'm so cute. I match.
Very
So
cute.
anyway, this was a belated birthday gift from my mom.
Very nice.
That's my only trophy.
Okay,
and I didn't have to buy it.
My trophy is literally a trophy.
Oh.
It's what I got. What I won.
Oh.
It was my prize from yesterday from the competition. So yesterday was the kickoff of the DFW Yarn Crawl, and Buffalo Wool Company hosted a picnic where everybody could gather, and they were having a Stitch Your Stash competition. I did not participate. It's
I know. I really wish I would have, because I probably would have won.
No. Well, maybe. The person that won knit 6,000 yards, and you're pretty close on around your neck.
Yeah,
I don't know the time.
I still had I had socks too in there.
Yeah.
That I don't know.
Person that won the crochet. Person that won the crochet Stitch Your Stash, 16,000 yards. Jeez. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So
I don't know what the time limits were either, but it was too complicated. I didn't.
Yeah, you have to link all the stuff on Ravelry and yeah.
Yeah,
I
should have done it.
I don't.
And I didn't go to the picnic either.
The picnic was so much fun. It's my first time.
It looked like you guys had a blast.
Had a blast. I will tell you. So we played games, knitting games while we were there, and we had so the first competition was relay knitting. So you had a team of 6 to 8 people, and we ended up with 8 people, and there were 3 groups of 8 that participated. And you had to stand in a circle.
Okay.
And 10 stitches were cast on. And the first person, everybody went around the circle once, knitting a row. So the person behind you held the yarn and kept it fed out for you. And then you knit your 10 stitches, and then you turn and hand it to this person, and they knit their 10 stitches, and it goes around. So you do 1 round of knit, 1 round of purl, 1 round of knit, 1 round of purl.
Okay.
And we won. We were the fastest.
You were the fastest?
We were the fastest.
Did they check for accuracy?
Yes, you had to have 10 stitches on. And let me tell you about what tools they gave us. We had teeny tiny bamboo needles with acrylic worsted yarn.
Worsted? Teeny tiny needles?
Yes.
Worsted?
Yes, I swear. They were trying to make it so hard on us.
Yeah. That's funny.
So, but we were crazy fast. Like, we just cranked, and we had this girl.
Did all the different teams have the same number of people?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Everybody.
You have to.
Okay, so we started with 6, but then there was a team that had 8, so we added into, you had to have the same number. And we all had the same yarn, and we all had the same needles.
Okay.
And our team killed it.
Nice.
I mean, we were, like, far and away the fastest. So.
Who knew? I knew we were all fast knitters,
I
but
know.
Proved it.
Exactly. Well, and I will say, we had a ringer, a girl named Holly that I don't think you've met because she's new to the group, but she had all these strategies for us, and like she really thought through it. I'm like, you're a gamer, aren't you? And she's like, yeah, I do like games. So
that's funny.
So we all got a skein of buffalo wool.
Cool.
Yeah. So I picked Happiness. They had a basket of them. I picked Happiness, which is 40% bison down, 40% pre-shrunk merino wool, 20% bamboo fiber, and I think it's fingering because it's 200 plus yards for approximately 50 grams. And that color's
good.
That color's it's a little, it's not super soft.
Well, I've used that brand before, and it was not soft.
Yeah, that's true.
So to me, I'm like, oh yeah, it's nice, because I was expecting it to feel like mine did.
And I think that's pretty color
It's
accurate.
very springy though. One I knit with, it was very springy. Like it was fun to knit with. Yeah, that's color accurate.
That's color
It's like really
it's a chocolatey. I feel like there's kind of a gray tone to it, but
it's pretty.
Yeah, it's nice. And I don't know, I might knit with it. It might become a prize for something.
It's very cool. That's good yarn.
But it's truly a trophy.
Yes,
I got it
you're
for
literally.
Yay! I know. So then the other game that they did.
That looks really funny.
The other game that they did, and I'll pop in a video and some pictures.
I was cracking up watching that.
It was
like a three-legged race.
It's like a three-legged race, but you have two people, and you
like
could only use your one hand. Knitting. You each had a hand to knit. And so
that I was going, nobody knits exactly the same.
Right.
And so I'd be going like, what are you doing? And you'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because I guess, did you have to pair up like continentals with continentals?
No, you got to choose who your partner was. And so
you'd
teams
have to. Like
I think you'd want to, because
I don't think you'd do well.
Erica and another girl teamed up, and they were opposite.
Yeah, Erica.
And they made it further than we did.
Erica doesn't knit like anyone ever.
Right. And the other girl was like, she knits crazy.
It's beautiful though.
Right. So
turns out, she just has a different style because she learned from her, Spanish.
Right.
Mom?
I don't know.
Grandma?
I
don't know.
But our friends Libby and Erin, they won. Oh, and let me tell you,
their video was adorable.
The faces people were making.
Erin was like, and Libby's super competitive.
Right.
And I think, judging by the pictures, like I know Erin pretty well, but I don't know that I knew if she was competitive or not. I'm thinking she is.
Oh yeah, they're competitive.
Because they were like,
yeah. And Caitlin and I were crazy competitive. Like the two of us were paired up. Oh, so but we didn't make it past the first round, only because the way they did it was you were head to head against another team.
Oh, it's like heats.
Yes. So, or brackets, you know. So we ended up, and we had chunky acrylic boucle.
Oh.
And again, tiny bamboo needles. It's like, are you trying to torture us? Why?
That's awful.
I really do think it was them trying to make it fun, more fun.
Yeah, no, it's all fun. Yeah.
Like, can we just use the buffalo, please?
Right.
And normal needles. So, and they were straights, and I never use straights.
Yeah,
so
well, and that, when you're
weird.
holding it with one hand and it's that's probably really hard.
Yeah. So, so we got, and you had 4 minutes. It was 2 minutes with like this way, and then you had to switch for 2 minutes. So
that was my next question, is like, how'd you decide who's
left and right? Yeah. So, so at the end of the 4 minutes, you counted however many stitches. Again, you had 10 cast on. Okay. We got 21 stitches in our first round. The people we were head to head with had 22. But there were like 3 other teams that went on that had less than we did.
Yeah.
So
if you would have gotten,
if we had been head to head with somebody else, then
you
we
would have gotten farther.
Right.
Well, that's a bummer. But it looked really fun.
It was fun. And then, so Erin and Libby in the first round, they had, it looked more like a bamboo yarn, so slipperier, and I think they still have bamboo needles. But they got like 48 stitches in the first round. But they were head to head with somebody with that same yarn, so it was fun.
And I think they knew that this was going to be a thing, and they practiced.
They did not.
I thought they said they practiced.
No, but they did it last year.
Well,
and we kind of practiced beforehand. Like when they first gave us the yarn and needles and we had to cast
I just saw a comment about like, see, our practice paid off.
Maybe, no, they were kidding.
Oh, okay.
They were kidding. They didn't.
I would not put it past Libby to be
because
like practicing the games.
Well, they weren't going to do it. And then we needed another team to make it even.
Okay.
And so
then they won.
Get over here.
They weren't even going to do it, and then they won.
Yeah. So
Cinderella story. I know. It's beautiful.
So Libby and Erin got 2 more skeins. So Libby and Erin were on my team when we were fast. So they got a skein for that. Then they got 2 more skeins for winning.
Wow.
That competition. So they went home with 3 skeins.
And there was a crochet one that I saw.
Oh, yes,
a blind crochet.
And Erin, our crocheter, she entered it.
She's a master crocheter, and she said that was hard.
Right.
But they probably gave them terrible yarn and terrible.
Well, and they had to chain
and then like
blind. Like they
chained, and then they had to like single and double
uh-huh.
crochet into it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't go watch it, but one of the other girls said that at one point Erin was just crocheting into air.
Did they have their eyes closed, or were they?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It would be hard to keep your eyes closed.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. You'd have to force
through my eyelashes.
I wouldn't even do it on purpose. I would just be like, wait, oh, sorry, I'm a rule follower. I looked. So, yeah, that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. So that was my trophy.
That's fun. I kind of wish I would have gone, but also, like, I really needed just
time at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was good.
And I just am not, I don't know. I need to get I'm not like, I don't have the brain space to get excited for the crawl yet.
Oh.
I've got too much other.
I really don't have a desire to buy yarn right now. Like, I went to West 7th Wool and resisted. Like, it was kind of easy for me to resist.
I have the desire, but I cannot.
See, I don't even have the desire. I have so
Give me some
much.
of that.
I know. I just have so much.
I always have the desire. I have too much.
So,
yeah.
So I think I am going to go on the yarn crawl this year.
I'm going to go, but I'm just not excited about it. I don't know why.
Well, you weren't excited last year either.
I didn't go last year because we were gone like both of the weekends.
Oh. And I didn't go last year because it was right before school started, and I was like, I can't drag my kids.
Yeah, and see, I won't have kids this year. I should be excited.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. I don't know why. I'm get way more excited for like a festival, like Cyberfest, or if we get into that retreat.
Oh, I know.
I don't know. I don't know why. I think you know what? The crawl is always when it's the end of the summer when everyone in DFW is cranky because of the heat.
Right. And having our kids home all
and
summer.
Yes. And you have to drive and drive and drive.
It is very spread out.
And it's not my favorite thing, and I think that's why I don't get excited about the crawl.
Well, my mom's going to be here for it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That adds to the fun. Okay, we'll definitely have to go to part of it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I'm excited, but I don't know. It's not my...
It's not here yet.
I think I'm too lazy.
You'd rather be home knitting?
So much driving.
Right.
Or I'll just like to go to one place, like Cyberfest.
Right.
I don't know.
It'll
be fun though. I'm excited. Oh, I'm just gonna say really, since we just talked about how I cannot buy any more yarn, let's pop in a picture because I reorganized my yarn stash.
Oh yeah.
Just the good stuff. The junk, like the cotton and the acrylic. I don't have a ton of it, but it's stashed in a different.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. So I just have a shelf from IKEA, and it was just piled up there. Mm-hmm. But then I got tired of I always needed this one, and it had like the apple cart thing where it would all kind of start falling. Mm-hmm. So I bought 3 of those. They're all over Walmart and everything right now, and they're for $2 a piece. Those egg crates.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Plastic egg crates, and they have adorable colors and it's for back to school right now. That's why they're all over.
Gotcha.
So if you want to copy me, do it now because they were, really popular, I guess, for dorm rooms because they stack. But I turned them up on their one end, so they're like this. And so then they're just, so that way I have 3 cubbies instead of just a pile. And so if I'm going to get one out, it's only going to shift the cubby.
Right. And hopefully they won't fall because they now have sides.
Right. So they won't fall to the side, and it'll only affect the one cubby.
Okay.
And then so I use the top of the cubbies as a display area.
Yeah, I was gonna say that just gives you more room to put yarn.
I put my mannequin head up there, and I put some minis kind of like hanging down. I put my sock blank that a professional dyed. So it's pretty. Put it up there. It just looks good. And I sorted them by, I have one box that's all hanks of fingering. I have one box that's all the other weights because let's be real.
Right.
I have like some DK, some sport somewhere. I don't have enough of any of those weights for their own box. Mm-hmm. And then the middle one is all weights that are in a different form other than a hank.
Oh.
And that's just how it worked out. Like those 3 categories filled my 3 boxes.
Nice.
So they're like yarn that's already caked, or those,
Oh, yeah.
Skeins, kind of like the wool of the Andes that I just showed, that come in the actual skein that you can knit from.
That's called something, and I
think it's called a skein. I think this is a hank.
Oh.
And this is a skein.
Oh, that
but
makes
we just
sense.
This is a skein.
Okay.
But we just
That's good to know.
You can knit from this,
No.
but you can knit from this. So this is a skein. This is a hank. You put this in a cake to knit from it.
Okay.
That I think is the technical.
Right.
So anyway, anything that is a skein or a cake or a ball is in this middle one.
Mm-hmm.
And it just worked out. Nice. Because the reason I did that is because the cakes all stack nicely together.
Mm-hmm.
The skeins all stack nicely together.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like, some here. I just wanted it, I don't have enough that I need it separated by weight, except obviously I have just a ton of fingering.
Right.
And so, but sorting it by type, skein type, helps it so it's not such a disaster if I pull one out.
Right.
So it worked out for me. Yay. So anyway.
I know that feels good.
It does feel good. And I'm always tossing my stash, because it's good to just kind of like get the dust out and,
And see what's there. There might be one that's languishing in the back that you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot about that one.
That's why I found that mini. That's the same color as your Song of the Sea. I was like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also kind of reorganized my scrap blanket basket, and because I like to keep solids separated from non-solids. And so my next square, I know if I want a solid or a, because sometimes you don't really want like a stripe next to a stripe next to a stripe. I like to break it up. So I went through and did that, and it feels really good. Feels so clean in there. Oh, and I replaced the cedar stuff. I have planks, and
here's another thing I learned from university. Cedar doesn't work. Doesn't do anything.
I don't care. I like it anyway.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better.
She said. Like, if you like it, use it, but it's not keeping it.
We don't really have a moth problem in my house.
Shh. Shh. Don't say that.
But it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
So
I have them on mine.
it.
I have cedar planks. I mean, I have them. What am I going to do with
Right.
them? I might as well put them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got this cool kit off of Amazon, of course. That was like, kind of like a sampler. So it had planks and little cubes and discs and little bags of cedar mulch.
Right.
So it was nice to have an option. I threw some bags on top and
nice.
Yeah, makes me feel better.
Yeah. What else do we have?
I don't know. That was it. Do you have patterns that you want to?
Oh, do we have time for that? We've kind of gone a long way.
Tell.
I know, right? How long have we been going? An hour and 11 minutes. Plus, we already have another 20 minutes.
20.
So maybe I'll just do a few.
Just do a few. Yeah. Pick your favorites, or pick pick the first couple.
So one that came out from one of our favorite people, Diane Brown of Suburban Stitcher fame. She created kind of a recipe. It's her Southern Charm cowl, and I think it's super cute.
It is cute.
And I would totally do this with my mini, or not.
Yeah.
Well, she did it with minis, but I would do it with my scraps.
Yes.
Because it is really a recipe. Like it's and
you could do it with anything.
And it's free.
What if you did like a solid and a stripe and a solid?
Oh,
that would
yeah.
be cute.
That would be cute. So, and like I could do it with my Hohi leftovers.
Yes.
Because you
Me too.
do as many as you want, and I have 5 colors, so I could just do my Hohi.
I really want this Southern Charm pack.
Yeah, it is cute. It is cute. Okay, there's some socks in here, and I know I've talked about how I don't knit socks, but they are, come up, they're called spider socks, and I want to make these as mitts. I want to use the chart
cute.
Because it's a big spider, and then there's little webs coming down, little baby spiders, and it's on the leg part of the sock. How easy would it be to just make a mitt? Here? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I would probably do it exactly the same as I did these, and not do a thumb gusset, just knit flat at that point.
Yeah. Super cute.
It's just adorable.
Mhm.
And it even has texture on the back side. So the spider is meant to be on the front of the leg, and then they have texture on the back side. So
your
it would
palm
look
would
good.
have a good.
It would.
I agree. I don't even think I would
adorable.
want. I like knitting socks, and I don't think I would make these into socks. I
Yeah.
think I would. I don't want that on my feet. I want it on my hands.
Right? I know.
It's a very, very cool, and that's
Yeah.
free.
Free.
Very cool pattern.
And I don't know if it's charted or.
I mean, socks are. It would be great as socks, obviously,
Right. But it gets covered
but it's
up.
fun. That's a
Yeah.
fun. That would be fun gloves. You're right.
I know. So then the final one, we'll just do 3 today.
Okay.
This one's a shawl, and it's called Alfama by Felipa Carniero.
Ooh.
And it's a shawl that it's 3 colors. And what's interesting is that the 3 colors are very similar to the colors that I used on my 3-color cashmere shawl in the sample, or
Oh,
you know,
right.
the
Yeah.
project picture. But it's just beautiful, and
Very
it's
pretty.
lace
That
and
pop at the
yeah.
orangey coral is gorgeous.
It's lots of eyelets. There's some stockinette. Then there's a lace border at the end. It looks super complicated, but I have a feeling it's pretty easy.
Look how airy it is. Like it's so
Mhm.
see-through.
Yep, and
That's
it's
nice.
It's pretty. It's pretty.
So pretty. Excellent.
So those 3 are my freebies on Ravelry this week.
I like it.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging in with us,
Yeah,
y'all.
thank you.
We had fun. The kids have had fun. They've been sitting here watching us. And the computer's about to be filled up and have no more memory, so we better say bye really fast.
Okay, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye, y'all.
Don't forget to slay.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry. I had a moment.
I know.